Rocks and rivers of runoff. A major winter storm soaking the central and south coast as it moves down California. Hi, everybody. I'm Joe Butita. Thanks for joining us here on News Channel 3 Midday. We have live team coverage of today's storm. Senior reporter John Palminteri has been traveling along the south coast all morning long. He has been from the burned in Gaviota to the creeks in Montecito, literally in a creek right now. We also have Keith Carls in North County. We'll talk to him a little bit later, but let's begin with Annika Abbott, who's in the First Alert Weather Center tracking what is left of the rain. Annika?
Seeing a lot of this rain across the region according to our live radar, which you can see, by the way, on our website or mobile app, so you can track it too throughout the day. We do have a little bit of a heavier band here, but let's take a look at where this rain is at. So Paso Robles on the lighter side, following all the way down the 101 past Atascadero. We can see some more moderate spots towards San Luis Obispo, and from Pismo Beach down into Guadalupe, where it is actually pretty heavy in the red at the moment. That headed towards Santa Maria. We're also seeing a nice heavy band right across Vandenberg, headed in towards Lompoc and Santa Ynez Valley. Nice and light at the moment, as you have been for a good portion of the day. South Coast seeing some nice light spots interspersed with more moderate spots here. And then we start to get a little bit heavier the closer we are into Santa Barbara and Goleta area. So we are continuing to see some really hefty spots here. Carpinteria, you're one of them. Also all the way in heading towards the Ventura County area here. We can see it with that little band there. So we'll continue to see some of these scattered showers through the morning hours, and that has given us some flood advisories. Most of them expired except for this one in Ventura. It's been extended to about 1 p.m. or so. Chances of flooding in low-lying areas. Also, we're still paying attention to the ALISAL burn scar area. There is a flash flood watch there in effect just for the next hour or so. This could also be extended as we're continuing to see the rain, but I'll be tracking all of this for you coming up in my full weather forecast.
All right, Annika, thanks. And this aggressive storm woke a lot of people up in the middle of the night when we had these heavy downpours. And our team has been up and down in many locations as we were getting a clearer picture of what this storm has done and how the impacts of things have been holding up. Senior reporter John Palminteri live. And John, what are the areas that you've seen and how's the weather changed throughout the day?
Well, Joey, we were rolling at about 1 o'clock this morning and using our interactive radar from our app to be able to track this storm and see where the big bands were and see where the downpours were going to be. And the two big areas, as you say, were along the Gaviota coastline where the ALISAL fire burned in October, and here in the Montecito area where the Thomas fire burned in 2018, leaving behind some very serious concerns that we're not out of just yet. So at dawn, the Santa Barbara County Public Works Department ran a bulldozer up Refugio Road. The canyon received more than 5 inches of rain up in the Refugio watershed, and some of it came down very hard between 11 p.m. and 2 a.m. That sent some of the loose soil, ash, and tree branches from the ALISAL fire over the roadway until it could be cleared out. The Circle, Bar, B, other ranches are about 3 miles up from Highway 101, and access was limited. Prior to the rain, Santa Barbara County Public Works and Caltrans had cleared out culverts and drains to give the runoff its best shot to go through without causing flooding. And the plan worked. The road was muddy in many areas, but it was passable. Over 5 inches of rain came down in the upper elevations here and 7 inches nearby over on San Marcos Pass. Then we went over to Montecito. The areas of concern there, San Ysidro Creek, that crossing on Highway 192 East Valley Road, that's where a new debris basin is being built. The roadway had its issues with this storm, and several areas could not handle the runoff and flooded over the lanes. And that was street flooding. That was not flooding that came out of the creek and then it eased back as it has now when the rain has lightened up. The lower creeks were dry for months, but this rain has brought them back to life, and they're moving swiftly now and still at low levels. That's why I'm able to position myself right here in this embankment right off of La Vuelta and North Jameson Lane, or right across from the Miramar Hotel just up the road here. And all this is heading out to the ocean from the watersheds of Montecito. But you can see after all that rain, this is where it is. Not very high. The rocks are still protruding through. So we're in pretty good shape with this storm. In the past, after lots of saturation and intense rain, it would certainly be so much higher than this because of the runoff. We'll watch it for you very closely the rest of the day, but we don't anticipate anything more than what we're seeing here or any other dramatic urban street flooding. Reporting live along the creeks in lower Montecito, I'm John Palminteri, News Channel 3.